Hi everyone, it's Ono here, and this is live stream 97. We haven't been streaming for a few weeks, so I wanted to show up this week. We're going to continue with similar topics, and today we'll have a short stream. I'm going to talk a bit about what we did last week, and we're going to see some of the changes in the library that we were using. And I want to especially thank everyone who has watched, commented, and was live on the last live stream. I can believe it's almost 3 weeks from that. I've been trying every week to show up, but it's been a bit busy lately. So let's get started because we don't have too much time today. Feel free to leave a comment on the chat. If you join, let us know where you're connecting from and how you found us, or just let us know something and add a comment to the video if you're watching this offline. Okay, so the thing that I always say, you can join the community. We have a Discord server or community, and there is an invite at None of them as Discord. There's also a link here and a QR code up there. And I would invite everyone, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos, and make sure to click the thumbs up and like the video if you're enjoying these live streams and the channel. Last week we saw Stable Diffusion. It's a hot topic right now. It's live stream 96. You can go to that one straight away by going to nono.mass/live/96. And I believe we spent 2 hours. I don't really know. Time flew, honestly. I have a slide deck of a presentation that I did on my experiments with a library called imaginAIry that wraps many different models around it. I explained it back there. It wraps stabilities, stable diffusion models, instruct pix-to-pix models, real ESR-GAN, I believe, for 4x super resolution, and some other models that are coming out. So the gist of this library is that it's making it easier to use many machine learning models from the CLI, many of them powered by Hugging Face or being hosted in Hugging Face, because you can see on the command line that those models get downloaded straight away in there. And if you're connected with us today, I would love to hear from you on the chat. I have the chat here on the side, so say hi and let me know if you have any questions. All right. As always, I also produce Getting Simple podcast. We're preparing an interview it's already edited, but we need to prepare it for release. An interview with Alex O'Connor. He's a senior manager at Autodesk in terms of machine learning and data. But he is, on the podcast, he talks from his own point of view. He wasn't invited from others or anything. And I remind you, as always, that you can submit questions at gettingsimple.com/ask. And now we're going to talk a bit again about what we're going to do today, and we're going to jump right into coding or like playing with the terminal. I was mentioning before, we're going to take a look at imaginAIry. This is a machine learning framework that works with Python for generating stable diffusion images, doing super resolution, and other image tasks that are really good for what I call creative machine learning. It says here Pythonic generation of stable diffusion images. And even though we're using the command line, the library is written in Python. It's a Python package. You can install it with pip. And actually you can write, you can automate. Basically, you can use these models with Python code. So you can create your own tools, your own files that process images using all of these things that we're mentioning. And that's really exciting, and it makes it really accessible to a larger audience that, otherwise we'll have to go and look for individual papers on the web for each of these models and how to use them. All right, so this is the moment where we're just going to code. We're just going to go to the terminal. I'm not going to show more slides today, other than maybe if we can grab last week's slides, if we have them here, I think. and we take a look. Let me see if I close this, might be able to open this slide deck. Yeah, so as a reminder, this is what I showed. So this is just like a recap from last week, what I showed last week, right? So I have a slide deck and I go through all of these concepts that I'm not going to talk about right now, but you can go to Live 96 if you want to get introduced a bit more conceptually to all of these things that have to do with imaginAIry, right? How this library works, what you can use it for, and some of the experiments that I've done over the past month with this library. Right, so there's a lot that I've been exploring, and this is a really nice tool for sketch to image as well. In some cases, you need to learn how to make it work. These were some learnings or tricks that I mentioned in some other generations. As you can see, I'm speeding through these slides really quickly because I just want to go and see the new features of imaginAIry, and then here we'll wrap up. I think that was like a 15 to 30 minute presentation that I did, and then we jumped into code as we're going to do now. All right, so let's now see what's new on imaginAIry. The one thing that I want to highlight is that after watching last month's live stream, so Live 96, Brian, the creator of imaginAIry, or the maintainer as well, because he's the developer behind it, decided that he would implement or add the capability of creating GIF animations to the core library. That means that we don't have to hack it doing multiple commands, and he's also done optimization, so you can start a shell session with imaginAIry, so you don't have to be reloading the model all the time, and also you can schedule arguments to change across generations if you're going to generate many images. Haven't tried this, I've just taken a look at the information and the PR that he did, and that's what we're going to take a look right now. All right, so what's new in imaginAIry? Once again, let's close these slides here, and let's open a new window here and go directly to the library. All right, so I mentioned I said Brian before. It's Bryce Drennan. I'm sorry for that, but here you have, this is his GitHub username. You can go to his GitHub profile at github.com/Bryce Drennan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And yeah, imaginAIry is the library that he's created that is getting the most traction, 6,400 stars so far. And you can see what's new in this library in two different ways. One is the one that I will do in any repo, that is actually just opening the repo and hitting here commits, and we're gonna see all of the progress that he's done. So last live stream was the end of January, I think January 26 it might be. So let's try to see. So this was streamed January 26th. And right after that, Brian, there's a few things he was doing here. And right after the live stream, he texted me and he added these features. Save GIFs that show image generation process. I don't think this is exactly the only thing I was doing, and we can take a look at it, but I'm gonna try to generate some images looking at this feature. So again, if you click here, we're gonna see the pull request that was merged, or the changes in code that were added in that specific commit. But Bryce is also maintaining a change log for things that are new in imaginAIry. So if you follow the previous live streams, or if you have it installed or something, I have it on my Imagine Conda environment. So the only thing I had to do to get the latest version is pip install upgrade imaginAIry, right? imaginAIry was already installed, so I execute this one. It goes and looks whether there are new versions, and it did. It installed 9.0.2 in here, but now it's already there, so it's not doing anything. Okay. So let's continue here and go through some of the things that are new from back to beginning. Let's make this a bit bigger so you can read it. All right. So I believe system info helps debug issues. I think these might be the version that I was using back then. And from 8.2 to the present is everything that is new that I wanted to see if we could try. So we could say feature, he added create GIFs or MP4s for any images made in a single run with compilation anim GIF. So first thing that we can try. So if okay, so one thing that he did, if we can enter an imaginary shell. So that means that we can run the AIMG command, and then we can run commands, and what is telling edit image with instruction alone, just blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yeah, so the imaginary shell, what it does, let me see if he explains here. No, he doesn't explain here, but long story short, what that does is that it creates a session so we don't have to reload the model. And you can say here, imagine a flower, and that will run, but we can also do AMG and then do it inside. So when you run this command, you see the usage options, and we get everything here that we can do. And okay, so let's go and say, imagine a gold car or something like that in a scenic landscape. All right, and we're gonna do generate 5, and I'm gonna add the let me see where that was, 8.3.0. So we can add compilation anim GIF. So I'm gonna add that parameter here, compilation anim GIF, and I'm gonna run that. So what I expect, this is the first time I run this command, so what I expect to happen is that we're gonna generate 5 images of this prompt with 5 random seeds, and it's gonna compile a GIF for us, and it will probably compile a GIF after the 5 images have been generated. And as you can see, it's using 16 steps as the value for each generation. So it will take a short time compared to other things that we could do if we go up to 60 or 40 steps or something like that. Remember what I said last stream is that if you specify steps equal to 41, you will actually see 40 steps there, because I think the first one is just generating noise. I'm not sure why that happens, or if it's just a thing with the index. I'm not sure, but that's what happens. So if I go to my inputs folder, actually we still haven't saved any images. It's running that command. Well, let me verify that that's true, because the shell might be in a different path. Okay, it's actually not true. So we're actually outputting those images into the user directory, and the golden car is there. And there is a bug because the compilations folder doesn't exist. So that's a bit of a bummer, because now the command has failed. All right, so let's do one thing. Let's see these images here. All right, so I'm gonna delete it. I'm going to delete this folder. I'm gonna exit the session. We can report that error because it seems like off the shelf that's not working. So here I have some other outputs that I've generated for these flowers. I'm gonna leave them there just to make sure that they don't conflict. And I'm gonna make the directory. What was the error? Let me actually just make directories compilations and outputs generated compilations. Well, let's just do this one. All right, so I'm gonna create another session, and I'm gonna say imagine a little car, and we're just gonna generate 2 images. I don't know if we have more options in there, but if you look for in this PR If we go for so this is version, let's see what version this was, 8.3. Compilations. Yeah, so this is where it would save it, but we're gonna report that there is an error because this path doesn't exist. So let's actually report that here. Okay, let's actually, while we take a look at this, let me go to into Google Colab, and I'm going to, I'll show what I'm doing in a second. So I'm going to open our imaginAIry notebook here in Google Colab, and we can use it here. So imagine a flower. So let's try to see before we're gonna verify that everything works here. And if it works, we'll just share it there. Right, and we'll just you can run command line. You can run command line commands that you would run on the command line by using the arrow band. With an exclamation mark. Okay, so let's see, is this working? This is generating, so the only thing we'll just have to see if that gets saved there, but it's gonna take a bit. Okay, I think that works. So let's just send this here. All right, and we're gonna create an issue here. New issue. All right, so compilations is here, but if we were to go, so activate imagine, and we were to make a temporary directory, I'm going to create a session, and I'm gonna say again this sunflowers. And you know, here we want to create, and we're gonna generate the error after those two images are created. In here we can actually see compilations, and we actually get this image, which is looping through the images that we have created, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's directly makes the image. I'm not sure we can customize other parameters. I'm not sure why it has to, oh, it's loading the model. It's not really caching anything, and then it's generating. So inside of this folder, we're generating some flowers, and we're going to, okay, great. Okay, so this is the error we get, and Okay, so here we're gonna log when after generating images with the compilation, what is this? Compilation and give argument, imaginAIry tries to save images to the outputs compilations directory, but it doesn't exist. Okay, so all right, so I just created this and okay, so that's that for reporting the bug. And okay, so we're gonna close a few things, close this, and here we're seeing generate a GIF of the generation. So if we create here, so imagine a scenic landscape, we can add the parameter GIF to make a GIF of our generation. So I'm just gonna do that and see what happens. And it seems like our Google Colab notebook generated a flower. All right, and that, what I'm gonna do is put here Colab notebook, Google Colab notebook to generate images in your browser. With imaginAIry. Okay, what else? So is that happening? All right, so we got that generation going, and if we open outputs, we see the GIF folder. So that one was created. And here, my feedback is to Bryce. I don't know if he'll watch this video, but when you show an animation, so let's say you have a presentation or something, if you want to show the animation, the cool thing is to go from something that doesn't make too much sense to something that has completely formed. And that is because otherwise you're unveiling the end bit and there's no really a point on going back. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cool that this can be done automatically. So that's kind of a feature too. So that's generating GIFs. We can see that on here. So that is feature GIF option. Will create a GIF showing the generated process for a single image. Compare GIF option will create a comparison GIF for any image edits. Any image edits. Okay, so that one is cool. So if we do edit, okay, so let's bring, let me take a look where okay, and for those of you who are online, I would love if you can say hi in the chat and let us know where you're connecting from. I would encourage you to like the video if you want to support the work that I'm doing here with creative machine learning, and to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. If you don't know me, I'm Nono Martinez Alonso. I'm streaming from Malaga, Spain, and I try to spend some time every week looking at new uses of machine learning for design and creativity. Okay, so let me look. So let me see. You don't see my screen right now, but I'm gonna take a look at where did I leave? Where did I leave last week's input images? Okay, we have them here. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna copy my inputs to here. So all the input images to the desktop. And I see, okay, I see Kwok Dan Ming. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Joining from Cambridge, Massachusetts here. Thanks for joining. And what are you doing in Cambridge? You live there? Are you studying? Are you working there? What are your interests in machine learning? Okay, so let's take a look here. If I bring back my screen. Okay, very close. I wish you could tell me how to pronounce it from there, from the chat. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at some of the images that I had here as inputs for last week, and I'm gonna use this one again that we use for generating a flower. Okay, let's leave it as a star 02. What we need to do here is say edit inputs star 02. So edit inputs star 02 JPEG, and we want to go to a sunflower. Steps, we're gonna say 41, and we're gonna generate a comparison GIF. Let's see what that does for us. Okay, missing option prompt. Okay, we need to put here the option prompt, and yeah, let's see. So note that here we are downloading Instruct Pix2Pix. So Instruct Pix2Pix is the model that we used last week, and that's gonna take a bit, as you can see. Let me see if I'm on my fast network. Yes, I am. And yeah, so we're getting to a close today. I hope I had more time. I should have streamed like Thursday as usual, but we didn't. So now I'll hook you up to a friend. I think he's still live, maybe not. Oh, he finished already. 3-hour stream. That's crazy. I wish I had so much time lately. So Kuo Dang Ming is doing his master at the GSD. Hopefully we'll bring some more memories for you. I'm exploring ML space to help with my design practice. That's awesome. So you probably know Jose Luis and his stream. He streamed today, so he was doing Grasshopper, as we can see here. Let's zoom in a bit. Stopwatch, parametric cam, Grasshopper plugin, mesh comp. So yeah, you can go, let's like this video, you can go to his channel and show him some love and watch it. Maybe leave some comments if this is the type of things that you like, this type of comments, videos. Okay, anyone else joining us live today? So this is the parametric cam Grasshopper plugin. It seems like it doesn't have icons yet. It's really close to, I think this is Machina, I'm not sure. Okay, so he's done with streaming and I'm gonna be gone really soon. Yep. So Kuo Dang Ming joined Jose Luis's live stream for a bit earlier today. Awesome. Okay, let's see what this did for us. So if we open our outputs, nice to meet you, Nono. Hopefully we have a chance to meet in person someday. Yeah, I hope to come to Boston and Cambridge really soon. So thanks for passing by, and yeah, give me a thumbs up on the video if you want to support the channel, and make sure to, if you subscribe, you get notified when I go live next. Maybe we can chat also on Discord or in some other form, maybe on Zoom. Bye bye. Well, I don't know if you're leaving. It says like, nice to meet you. Okay, so all right, here we go. So this is the image. Okay, so it's a comparison image. So it doesn't really give us an animation as I was doing last week. So this is just an animation between the input and the output generated image, which, I mean, it's still really cool because Instruct Pix2Pix does a really good job. So we could do here something, compare GIF, and we can do here, give me 4 samples, and maybe let's do 21 steps so we don't go too far. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it gives us. It's pretty fast. And let's just take a look at one last thing here. Upscale command line function. Command line function add upscale. So is this just to upscale an image that we want? So that might be it. So here we got another image. So let's say that we want to upscale this one. So what do we do? Do we add a prompt, or it just upscales with whatever we tell it to? Right, let's wait for this. Let's actually start on a new prompt. I'll just do here a new session. So conda activate imagine, and then we do here upscale. Upscale an image using AI options. What is that? So what is the what are the options that we can give the upscale command? Okay, so here add upscale command line function. So upscale real RS gun, blah, blah, blah. This makes image generated much quicker since the model can stay loaded in memory. Out there, image paths, upscale, image file paths, out there. Is it just upscaling, or is it actually using the prompt to upscale? So I'm not sure. So if we do outputs generated, what is the name of this file? Let's use this one. Okay, not sure. Oh, because you might be able to put multiple image paths here. So if you want to upscale an entire directory. Okay, this might take a while, and this gives, it just makes one GIF per input image. So it doesn't really give us a sense of an animation. Create a series of images already by iterating over a parameter with arg schedule argument. Okay, this is what I'm interested in, like the scheduling argument scheduling thing. So let's see if we can try that before we go. Argument scheduling. Okay, so schedule arg. Arg schedule. Where is the arg schedule thing? Okay, arg schedule. Okay, so arg schedule prompt strength. Okay, so this seems really similar to what I Okay, so we upscale the image, so that one's here, so it's now a lot bigger. It adds like an aesthetic that is not exactly a flower, so it would be good if this image could be upscaled with diffusion, right? Like with an actual diffusion model that knows that it's actually a flower, so it would actually add more detail. Once again, like I would encourage everyone who's watching to give me a thumbs up if you're liking these videos, and to subscribe if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. All right, so let's keep going, and also let me know on the chat where you're connecting from and how you found us. Okay, so we're gonna try this last thing. So edit inputs start O2 JPEG, and our prompt is gonna be a sunflower, and we want our schedule is gonna be, let's see. So steps, we define steps, and it's gonna be 21, and arc schedule is gonna be prompt strength from 6 to 8 on steps of 0.5. Is that too many images? And we want a compilation animation. Okay. Oh. Compilation anim. All right, I think he forgot here GIF. Is it start or star? All right, let me copy everything after here. So we're just gonna do edit inputs. What is the name? Star O2. Star O2.jpg, and then everything from here. This shell is really weird. I don't really know what's going on, but it deletes the wrong characters. This is awesomely weird. I think I'm gonna have to rewrite this. Edit inputs star O2 JPEG dash P boom. Okay, so now it's generating 4 images. And it's iterating through the prompt strength. Maybe, just maybe, I can commands from live 97. So this is imaginAIry commands from live 97, and I can just put them here. I mean, now that we have the commands, and we can clean this up later, but at least we have this. Edit, so this was scale an image with real gun. That was just like I entered an interactive imaginAIry shell. So this was just running let's see. Okay, create an Anaconda environment or install in your Python, install with pip. So this is simply pip install imaginAIry and okay, and this is just upscale image.jpg. That's it. And then we got generate image and animate process, fusion process. So this was imagine a sunflower and GIF. I think that was it, right? GIF. And then here generate an image and create a GIF comparing it with the original. Compare GIF. Okay, I think imaginAIry commands from live 97 log code ml imaginAIry. Okay, here are some of the commands we use during live. Okay, so actually let's expand this and put it here. Right, that should be online. Great. And for this, actually, we can break it with Visual Studio Code. Okay, again, if you're online, I would love if you say hi in the chat, let us know where you're connecting from. Okay, so this, I'm gonna split it this way. And this actually, we can just put prompt here. Okay, great. So that should be it. And we should have now the GIF should have been created on the desktop. So outputs, compilation. Yeah, so that's generating the image. It's animating the creation. Of course, like it's not really a good animation as the ones that I was creating, let's say, but I'm sure it's a lot more efficient. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose one of these ones. So for example, so this seed, for instance, and we can say here, edit inputs star O2 JPEG. Prompt is Disney Pixar sunflower. Steps are going to be now 41, so get a better resolution. And we're going to do here our schedule. It's going to be again prompt strength from 5 till 8.5 in steps of 0.5. And we can do compile anim gif. Is it compile? Compilation anim gif. So it's gonna generate 7 images, and that's because we're specifying 5, 5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5. Well, that's 7 images, right? Yeah, I don't know. So this is with prompt strength 5, and each of the times when one of these images is generated, it will show up here. So you will see it sort by date added. So it will show up here. And the idea is that I was on last live stream, I was starting from prompt strength 1 or 2, which is almost not affecting the image, and then we were getting to something like what we see here in the end, right? But yeah, we have those animations on the on live 96. But this was an exploration from my part on the things that some of the things that have been added to imaginAIry, and there's more to explore. Bryce is adding things at a really fast pace. Once again, I would remind you to like this video if you want to support the creative machine learning work that I'm doing here, and to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. And this is almost there, so we have 5 more images. I'm gonna be here for a few more minutes if you want to ask me a question on the chat really quickly. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap it up really soon. Okay, so some cleanup here. What do we have? Maybe we use this outro screen, and yeah, we just have a few more images. You see here, this is already animating to something that is going to in the end. So that's what it's gonna do. So we have one more frame, boop, boop, right? So it's making the image look more like a Disney Pixar sunflower or something like that, which is pretty cool. You can see that it's respecting the initial image a lot. And one thing that we could do is that we could try to say that like that image from the beginning could be modified a bit more if we fix the init image strength, right? So init image strength is actually what value does it have? Init image strength is up to 0.2, 0.1. Yeah, so you would have to try with different variables for init image strength and see what it comes with. So that might be also a good thing to schedule and try to see like how the generation would change if I change the init image strength. So let me try here. Let's just try that one last time. So okay, so we just have one more image here, and the new command that we are going to generate is exactly the same thing. So I'm going to put it here so we can edit it easily. It's instead of prompt strength, I'm going to say init image strength. I'm going to go from 0. So from 0 to 2 on steps of 25, and we're going to do 21 steps just to see how that changes the generation. And when this finishes, it should save a GIF for us. We can run another image, and I'm actually gonna start Well, let's wait for a second. Okay. All right. One last second. Okay, when this finishes, I'm gonna run this command in here. Oh, arg schedule, 1 sec. Okay, so let's close this one. Let's see the results from the other one. You can imagine what this is gonna be doing, right? In here, but we've got a GIF compilation. Nice. So it goes from 5 to 8.5 or something like that. Okay, and now we can see the generated images for the prompt, like initial image strength, right? So this is with, wait, is this with the same seed? So this is 0. So this initial image strength is 0. Here is 0.25. Yeah, I don't really know what the threshold is in here. Maybe the value is from 0 to 1 or something like that. So, okay, so let me break for a second here, and we'll come back for one last bit. All right. So yeah, it seems like that doesn't really make any change, because as we go above 1, I think that doesn't really make any other effect. So maybe we can just put here from 0.05 till 1 in steps of 0.5, and that way we'll generate 19 images. So that we can see in here. So I'm gonna leave for a second, and I'm gonna make these ones. Let me actually stop this. Generated, and I'm gonna run this command afresh. How can we do this? Okay, so I guess I can leave this here, and we can leave this in here, and I can disappear for a second. Okay, so that doesn't seem like it's quite working as I was expecting, at least not with these values. Here we actually got some difference, I think, at least in the beginning, but I honestly don't know what's going on. So these values were on the range of 1, so maybe it was all going to 1, and yeah, I don't really know. This is all below 1. So yeah, I'm not sure. Like the last thing I could try is like if we say from 2 to 10 on steps of 1. I don't really know what makes sense um, in this realm. But yeah, honestly, I have no idea why this is not working. So yeah, this is the last chance. This is the last thing I'm gonna try today. And yeah, I hope that you liked it. Again, I would remind you at None of the Masas Live 96, you can see a full explanation of all of this. You have detailed chapters, so they're all here, these detailed chapters for all of the things that we took a look at. An intro to imaginAIry, all the concepts, and a hands-on session. So it's 2 hours, so it's longer than today, but yeah, so you should go watch that if you're interested in this topic. And we have the post here that I'll put here, write up of today's commands at here. And yeah, so that is it. It seems like image strength 1 here is paying some attention to it. Let's see what happens with 2. Oh, steps of 10. No, I want steps of 1. Well, we already have that one, so 3. All right, that looks like it's doing something. I'll leave it here and monitor a bit, but without further ado, thanks for watching. This was Nono Martinez Alonso here, one more week doing creative machine learning live. In this case, we're taking a look at imaginAIry, that in the end is taking a look at Stable Diffusion, Instruct Peaks-to-Peaks, Stable, upscaling, and many other models that are being wrapped there. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Once again, subscribe if you're going to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. And don't be a stranger. Leave a comment, connect on Discord, and ping me if you want to talk. Bye bye. I really enjoyed today's live stream, and I looking forward to streaming really soon again. Bye.